Hey guys, welcome to another video here today on the channel. So today's video is going to be part 2 of the Firework factory. It's going to be the Redstone side, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to know the supply list, go ahead and watch part 1 and it's in there. So guys, for step number 3, we're going to start doing the redstone. So come over to either your left or your right side. I'm on my right side. Go ahead and put down 3 repeaters, put down a block that redstone can travel through, put down more blocks like so. Go ahead and do more repeaters, go like so. And what this is going to do is allow you to have a 6x6 dropper to line up exactly with your buttons. And then once that's done, on your right side, you're going to want to go ahead and add an extra dropper. And this is going to be your gunpowder dropper right here. And then go ahead and fill this in like so. Have that jut out. And now this is going to be a water pathway. And that's how I decided to do transportation for this one. You can do auto transportation however you want to. This is just how I decided to go ahead and go about it. And then because you're turning, you need to allow for space so the water actually turn before you go ahead and you block this off. Now, the water pathway itself is the water itself is going to be a sub step underneath the next step. So go ahead and leave this block open and leave this block open. And go ahead and just put a block right there. And then go ahead and have this tunnel upwards. And then as you can see back there with my starter one, you want to go ahead and have this pretty much reach up to this high and then cap off right here. And then have it come outwards. And that block right there is going to be your ice when you get to it. And this block right here is going to be your soul sand when you get to it. Okay, now, the reason you want to go ahead and stop roughly about here with it is because this is going to be where your hopper for your crafter comes into place. And your crafter is going to want to be facing down right there. And the reason for that is because in a later circuit, you're going to have a comparator coming out right here and then redstone dust right here and then target blocks right here. So that way you can just have a straight line of redstone dust and still have the redstone go into each individual block. Next, what you're going to go ahead and do is pretty much take this and duplicate it onto the side, except for a minor tweak because of a different function on this side. So go ahead and do your setup for your 6x6, or technically not 6x6, but 2x3, so that way you can get your 6 droppers, not 6x6. And then how this side's going to work is you're going to go ahead and fill in this whole area right here. And then you still want to have it jut out. Except for this one's going to be a little bit different because of the side that it's on. And the fact that it's closer to this chest than the other one. So you still want to have it come up like so. You still want to have all your redstone be the same. You still want this to be your ice block right here. However, you're going to go ahead and have your soul sand be 1 block lower, because what you're going to go ahead and do is you're actually going to have a dropper right here, and then bring this canal system up like so. And then you want this bottom piece to pretty much line up about here. And now granted, you will have to do a little bit of ice shenanigans for this to work, because it is not powerful enough to outbeat that water source right there to make it over to the hopper. So go ahead and come over and then go ahead and cap it off. Now, as you can see right there, by the time you get to right here, you kind of want to have, not right before the hopper, a couple over, you're going to want to go ahead and have a spare block. And what this spare block is going to go ahead and do is it's going to provide you another water source right here. This is going to be an ice block, and it's going to be able to have equal amount of force as this one, and it's going to push these items over here into this hopper. And then once you have that circuit fully built out, go ahead and take this one. It's just going to be a redstone line coming off of here. That's just going to lay it straight into this block. Hey guys, editor me here. When Recording Me was doing this, I was focusing more on efficiency for you guys so you could use less redstone. One thing I didn't realize though is at the time is both buttons are going to activate that on both sides. So what you're going to go ahead and do is you actually want to have that line come off the very front of that block and put a target underneath the dropper. And then just pull out your coverage block. You should be fine. So that way when you press this button, it's going to activate this, which goes into this system right here. And then once you go ahead and do that, go ahead and have this system come down here like so. Have this come out like so. And the reason why this is going to come out so far is because you need this to make it to the other side of this block right over here. And this is why you're also going to go ahead and need a glass block, so that way you don't interfere with your hoppers on the other side and use pull it out further. Redstone on top of it. Fine. So you're going to need to go ahead and have your glass block right there, have a redstone dust right there. You need to go ahead and have your normal block again. And this is going to be a repeater right there. And this is also why you're going to need torches. Because what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to have a torch right here, which affects this block, which affects this torch, which is going to go ahead and affect this block, which is therefore going to power this, and that's going to power that whenever you hit this button. So have this come up like so, and that's going to be your hammer button. And this one's going to be a little bit different, so you're going to want to go ahead and block this off so that way these two can't cross. But just have this come down like so, because all you need this one to achieve is this is going to have a hopper right here to do your mixing, and for that you're just going to have a redstone torch right there, which means you just need to go ahead and have this snake down and affect that block, so that way it will turn this off whenever you want to have the ball get pulled back out and put back in the system. Now, for hopper shenanigans, this line right here is going to go ahead and link over into that one right there. And this one's actually facing the wrong direction. But just go ahead and have this be a straight line backwards. And then for this one, we're just going to also have a line leading into the back of it like so. That's just going to be pretty much a straight line from right over here. So line it up like so. And then have it come straight back. And then this chamber right here is just going to be a straight item dropper. And it's just going to straight drop into this hopper, and it's going to take it over to that chest. And there you have it, guys. There's pretty much step 3 / required redstone. That's kind of all you need. You don't really need this circuit. I just set this up ahead of time so that way I could go ahead and implement it in step 4 in the miscellaneous step. Okay guys, so for step 4, the miscellaneous step, what we're going to work on is the circuit for this, the circuit for the status bar, and implementing the actual water itself. Now, for this, go ahead and break this block right here because that's going to be an ice block. Go ahead and have a comparator right there. Go down here, break this block, go ahead and have redstone right there. Break one more, have comparator so that way it pulls redstone onto that one. And then break 2 like so. Redstone dust. And repeater. And then block right here. And then redstone dust, redstone dust. Now, once you have that complete, that's going to pretty much be that circuit. Come over to these back lines, line each one with a target block. And then line at the back of each one like so with the block and dust. And now what the target block does is it redirects each individual redstone dust into the target block and therefore into the lamp. And then put one more right here and do a comparator, because the more items in each slot, the more of a redstone pulse it gives out, therefore affecting more of the redstone lamps. And then once you have both of those circuits worked out, you're going to go ahead and move on to the water system. Now, water systems in the back is because it's optional. You could do any form of item transportation. This is just the form I opted for at this point. So, somehow get into here. You can get in here however you want to. In my tester one, I have a trapdoor in here to refill. You don't actually need that. It's just, it could be easier to refill these when you have a trapdoor right here instead of breaking through the top to refill it whenever you need to. So go ahead and put a soul sand in the back, put a packed ice right there, or blue ice, have a sign, and then go ahead and put a water bucket right here. And then as you can see, it's turning right there and pushing into there. And then pop out of here and then pop into your bubble column. And then go ahead and have it push you up like so. I'm in creative mode, so I'm just going to go ahead and use fly mode so that way that glitching stops happening. And then a good way to prevent this from happening is, as you can see, I went ahead and put a block right there behind the hopper. It's just a good way to block water from coming out of here at the current moment. And then go ahead and put water right there and block it up. Now, for this section, before you do this, I recommend doing the block placement for this section before putting in the water. So go ahead and put a sign right there and a piece of packed ice right there. And then go ahead and do water right over here. And come over here. Now go ahead and put in your soul sand, put in your packed ice, so that way you're blocking up all the exits to the redstone. And put water in. Cover that back up. Go into your bubble column. And that'll go ahead and flood all the way over to there. And then by the time you get to the ice, go ahead and break in and put a water bucket right there and break that piece so that way it's pushing inwards. And then cover it back up. And then there you're gonna have it, guys. One thing though that you might want to tweak, you don't actually have to do this, but I like doing it because that way the hopper itself isn't locked. Go ahead and replace this section right here with a glass block. And then put redstone back. And there you have it, guys. There's going to be pretty much your full system. All you need to do now is just fill up your jumpers. And it's raring to go. Okay, guys, so to show you that this works, we're currently at the thumbnail mock-up display I made with the below touches. And then we got the one I showed you how to make back there. So go ahead and start anything with the gunpowder, because all firework stars need a gunpowder. And as you can see, as that filters into the auto crafter, that first light's going to light up. tells you that there's one item in the auto crafter. Next, what you're going to go ahead and do is say you want a large ball with a trail and a twinkle side effect. So go ahead and push the corresponding items and then watch the lights light up. So that tells you there's 4 items. Now, even if you have both trail and twinkle and you have a specified size and you have 3 colors, it's only going to be using 7 slots. That's why I only have 7 lights right here. You can go ahead and make this as long as you want to, just like this, but 7 is a pretty good number. You also don't need to have this. It's just what I included because I thought it would be nice. Then say you want the color to be green and blue or lime green and blue. Press those 2. Watch the lights light up as both the dyes filter in. Then once you have everything and you're sure you have everything, go ahead and hit the craft button. And then right there, that's going to be your firework star. Then say you want to add a fade to it. Just go ahead and press this button right here. That's going to yoink your firework star back out and it's going to plop it back into the auto crafter if you give it a second right there. And then pick your color of colors that you want to fade to. Say you want to fade to red, purple, and let's just do orange. As you can see, all 3 colors are going to eventually filter into the auto crafter. And then go ahead and hit the craft button again. Lights are going to turn off. And your firework star is going to show up right there. And there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video.